Back to the next video. In today's video I will show you how to play animations for 3D models in native Android application using the filament library. So firstly you will need to have a GLTF model, and if you want to download it you can go to this website and GLTF sample models, and I have just downloaded this Fox GLB model. Next what I have done is I am using this GLTF viewer, which is a web application, and once you download that GLB model, just drag and drop over here, and once so here you can open the animation tab, and here you can see that this GLTF model has 3 animations: survey, walk and run. So if I click on walk, it starts walking, and if I click on run, it starts running. So yeah, and so here I'm using this library, filament library. One thing which I want you to do is download the source code. Just download the zip format, and from that zip you will just need this. Actually I forgot where exactly this file is, so that's why I'm asking you to download the source code and just search for these 2 files. So these 2 files are only for the background which you see for your 3D model. So you can see I'm trying to show it on my real Android device. So here you can see there is this background, means it is kind of blurry background. The background is not important, your 3D model is important. And you have already noticed that there is 3 animations, right? So I'm playing the first animation, and if you want to play the second animation, what do you have to do is just go over here and click on so I have just selected the second animation, means index 1, and I will run it again, and it should play the next animation. So here you can see, I'm not sure how clear it is to you guys, but because I'm recording the screen, that's why. But in my real device it is working pretty smoothly. So here it is the walking animation. So yeah, let's get started. So what I will so first what you have to do is create an Android application, a native Android application. Next go to build.gradle.kts, and here I have imported the filament library. So here you can see I'm imported the filament library, and I am also using a retrofit because I want to download this model from network. If you want you can attach the model to your project itself, but I would strongly advise against it because it will unnecessarily increase your application size, and what if you have hundreds of models, then that's not feasible, right? That's why it's better to keep on an S3 bucket or on Firebase storage, whatever you prefer. And I have added this lifecycle dependency as well because I wanted to use lifecycle scope. Next I have added this URL parts because for retrofit we require the base URL as well as rest of the URL. That's why I wanted to do that segregation. And next, inside res layout activity underscore main, I have just taken a surface view as well as a progress bar. So progress bar will display till the 3D model is loaded. Next I have taken a main activity, and to be honest with you, like, I don't understand this code fully. Like, I have copy pasted it from the samples of the filament library, but I will try to explain as much as I can. So firstly what you'll have to do, here we are initializing this engine of filament. From what I have understood, this is our surface view and progress bar. I'm not really sure about all this stuff, what is choreographer, frame scheduler or model viewer, but this 2 are for in case if you want a double tap or a single tap listener, you can have added that code as well. And this is for the gesture detector. Again, I'm not sure about this remote server. This is for displaying toast message, this is for displaying status text, and honestly I think I'm not using this, so I will just remove it. Okay, I might be using somewhere over here clear status text. Okay, I will remove this as well. remove it from over here as well. Okay, let me try running it again, because this is like unnecessary code which I don't want to show it to you guys. Okay, so it is running properly. So coming back to our code, here I have defined a remote server, then this is the string for latest download, then this is the automation engine, and load startup time, load start fence, viewer content. Then this is for the path of the file where this gltf model will be stored once it is downloaded from network. This is the file, and these are the byte arrays. Again, I don't really need this, but I will just comment this out as well, because honestly I will anyways uncomment it. Now here would be this URL where your gltf model is stored. Again, this is a dummy URL, this is not a real URL. So you should be using your own URL. Like you can store your gltf model, glb model inside s3 or on firebase storage or any other server which you want, and just pass the actual URL which you are using. Next, I have initialized our surface view, progress view. This is choreographer, then the double tap, single tap detector, model viewer. Then I have set the viewer content accordingly, which I am not sure what exactly it does. Then I have set the surface view touch listener, and here in lifecycle scope, first we are downloading the gltf model, then creating an indirect light, and then we are configuring our viewer. So this is the configure viewer code. Honestly, I don't understand, so I will just simply scroll through this. Like I have just copy pasted it from the documentation. Next, here I have written this code by myself. So what I'm doing is I'm launching an IO thread. Inside that, first I'm doing a download model thing. We'll come back to that, but once the model is downloaded, I'm saving it to this file, and here you can specify your own file name. One thing is for sure, that I'm using this hard-coded file name. This should not be the thing, because suppose if you change the URL, and it will still show the first downloaded glb file, because the logic is that once I have downloaded a glb file with a particular name, it will keep showing that from the cache. Instead, it won't download it from the network the second time. So just make sure you don't hard code this name as such. You can write any name as long as you provide different URL. If it is same URL for you, then you don't need to change it, but it could very well occur that suppose I have a 3D model of fox, and tomorrow I decided to add some different animations to it, and that animation won't able to work because this model is been cached. So it's better to give it a different name. Then you can also append timestamp if you want to, so that way you will be safer side. Then I have defined some size in the bytes, then the buffered input stream, then I'm reading it, closing it, then I'm assigning it to our byte array variable which I have defined, then creating a default renderers, calling the default renderers method. Then this is for hiding the progress bar. Here I'm downloading the model, so I have first creating the file, then checking whether the file exists or not. If yes, then just return the file. If not, then what I'm doing is I'm splitting the URL, and then I'm using OK HTTP client and generating a retrofit instance and downloading the file. And then over here I'm returning gltf, our gltf model. Then this is the code for using split URL, for splitting our URL, so that I can get base URL as well as the rest of the URL. Okay, so this is the code. Next, this is the code for creating path. This is the code for saving the file. Okay, and this is the code for creating default renders. This is for creating indirect light, and here we are using the file which we have provided in the assets. So this is kind of like a background. Again, sorry about that, I'm not able to explain much of it because Like doing a 3D model rendering in Android is really hard if you want to do it from scratch. Like you would have to use OpenGL or Vulkan. I wish like Google had provided a better approach. Like for iOS it is pretty easy. Like all the nitty-gritties has been taken care by Apple himself. But anyways, here we are using the read compressed asset, and this is the code for loading the GLB. This is for loading HDR. Then this is for loading the zip file. And once on resume is called, we call the post frame callback. On pause we remove the callback, and on destroy also we remove the callback as well as close our server. And on back pressed we finish the activity and load model data. So here we are loading our models data. Here we are loading the settings, and here we are calling update root transform, and this is the frame callback. So this is for load start frames. I'm not exactly sure what this is for. And this is for animator, so this is for playing animations. Okay, then this is for model viewer dot render, and again I'm not really sure about all this code. And this is for double tap listener, and this is for single tap listener. I missed was what I have done is that inside activity underscore main I have also taken a button to update the animation. So just added one button at the top, and if you see over here I have added one variable as well of animation index. Now the fox animation had 3 animations, so it will start from 0, 1 and 2. And what I did inside frame callback was inside our inner class. So here instead of passing 0 or 1 hard coding the value, I have added this animation index, and also I have added this check like if the animation count should be greater than 0 as well as animation index should be less than equal to animation index minus 1, animation count minus 1. So animation index starts from 0, 1, 2, but the animation count would be 3. So 2 less than equal to 2, yeah, then it will pay the animation. If you are using some random value like 5 which is not present inside the animation count, and then just to avoid the crash I have added this check as well. Now if you see inside or on create button click listener, so here I am just updating the animation index to 2 to play the running animation, and I am just doing choreographer dot post frame callback frame scheduler. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.